Good morning, everybody. I thought it could be really fun to take you through a day in my life, but not a regular day in my life, a day in my life as a United Nations intern. So I've mentioned this on my channel a fair few times, actually maybe twice, but I'm currently interning at the United Nations office in Geneva. So quite a cool, iconic place, and I'm really enjoying it, and I thought it could be really interesting. Sorry, I'm getting ready at the same time because I need to leave, but I thought it could be really interesting to show you what my regular days look like. I mean, today's not really a regular day because there is a Human Rights Council like meeting, conference, whatever you want to call it. It's like a high segment of the Human Rights Council. Pretty flipping interesting, and I'm gonna try and go to that if I get enough work done. But I wanted to show you around the office, around the Palais des Nations, United Nations Palace in Geneva, where I work. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain my role and everything when I actually get to the office, so that I'm not just sat here speaking to the camera in my bathroom. But once I get to the office, once I've had my coffee and I've had my little like morning routine. So yeah, let's pick out an outfit. As I say, I've got a conference today, quite a high level conference, so I can't just go in jeans like I did yesterday. That's the hair and makeup. I'm not gonna sit here and say I do this every day. Some days I go in looking a little bit disheveled, but it's a tiring internship, so I kind of give myself that excuse. But yeah, today this is what we've gone for. I'm gonna go get dressed, gonna have a smoothie, some breakfast, and then we're gonna head to the office. I do need to leave in literally 10 minutes. So I need to be very quick. First of all, brown trousers. These are from Naked Fashion. I washed these last night. They're still wet, so it's not gonna be the most comfortable thing. Then I'm gonna go for a comfy long sleeve black top. It's not anything special. It's literally off TikTok shop. And I'm gonna be wearing a blazer over it anyway. But this is the blazer. Again, it's Naked Fashion. It's a influencer collab with Hannah Schonberg, I'm not sure, I probably absolutely butchered that. This is what it looks like. It's super comfy. It's got like a waist drawstring, a little bit like this actually. Shoes of choice are actually these Sambas. They're the white versions, I want to say. I know you're probably thinking, Jess, what the hell, you're wearing Sambas to the United Nations? Yes, but it's actually fine because my trousers are so long that you literally can't see them anyway. And if you can just see this, to me that looks fairly formal, or like formal enough. We really need to hurry up. I actually wanted to make myself a juice with my new blender, which is here, but I don't think I have time. Right, this is the outfit on, mostly. They're not a set, but it works enough. I feel like the reality of being an intern anywhere is that you're always rushing, but you still manage to get places somewhat on time. Vitamins of the day. Just believe me, I'm tired. Badge. So in my bag, I'm putting phone charger, my Mac charger, laptop, my card holder, my headphones, my lip gloss. And now it's time to go because my train is in 7 minutes. I will show you when I get to work, sort of what it looks like walking in and stuff, because I'm not gonna lie, the first time I walked in there, I was like, wow, this is kind of crazy. Anyway, I will see you there.
So this is what it looks like when you walk in the Peace Gate at the UN. Obviously, as you can see the palace all the way at the back, and this is the like iconic flag bit that you see in pictures all the time. I then have a fairly substantial walk up to the top. I mean, it takes me a good 10 to 15 minutes to get to my office. There's a few security checkpoints as well as I go past, and then this is a side view of the palace. As you can see, there's lots of work going on at the moment. They are refurbishing the entirety of the Palais, which is really nice. And then we continue. So one more little hill and we are at Villa Bocage, which is where I currently work. There's a few different parts of the UN, different organizations and stuff that work inside this building. And fun fact, it was actually lived in by a famous Russian writer in the past as well. And then down here we have Building E, which is kind of ugly. I think it's being knocked down.
And then once in my office, this is the setup. It kind of looks a bit prehistoric, but we work with it. My manager sits over here, but he's not here at the moment. He's traveling on business. I need to do something about the lighting situation because it's not the most flattering. But I've just got in. I'm one of the first people to be in. It's 9:04. So the commute actually isn't too long, especially bearing in mind that that walk I just showed you takes at least 10 minutes. Like, it takes 10 minutes from me going through security to getting into my office. What I normally do in the morning is I check my emails, you know, the usual stuff that any normal person in any normal job would do. I have my written diary. I actually prefer this to an online diary. I know it's not very like current, and I definitely do still have an online diary, but I just prefer to write everything down. Seems to ingrain it into my brain a little bit more. And then I also have this big fat notebook with loads of different sections in. I use this for like lots of different aspects of my life, but it's particularly useful at the moment. I'm just gonna log on, check my emails, and then we're gonna discuss a little bit about my role and what I do here and what sort of responsibilities you have as an intern, because I think that's what lots of people are looking for. I am just reading my emails. I'm not going to be showing you directly the work I do for obvious reasons, but I should be able to explain. So essentially, I'm currently working as a communications assistant on the SDG 16 plus forum. So for those of you that are interested in the United Nations, you probably know about the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. They were set out in 2015 for completion by 2030, 17 in total across loads of different topics. I'm working on SDG 16 and SDG 16 plus. So to give you a brief overview of what that looks like, SDG 16 is on peace, justice, and strong institutions. So everything that's like strong societies, good governance, that sort of thing. That's what I'm working on at the moment. And the forum as a whole for 16 plus is Sustainable Development Goal 16 and all the interlinkages from the other Sustainable Development Goals. Now, I know that's a mouthful, but essentially what that means, SDG 16 has links to loads and loads of the other Sustainable Development Goals. So I've actually got it written down here because I'm currently trying to make a graphic that represents this better. SDG 16 is directly related to Goal 1, 4, 5, 8, 10, 11, 16, obviously, and 17. And for each goal, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but for each goal that it's related to, I've noted down which specific target there is. And actually on our website, I will leave a screenshot in as well because it might be interesting to show you. But essentially for this forum, we've got membership from several permanent missions of the UN: Australia, Costa Rica, Czech Republic, Denmark, Georgia, Guatemala, Peru, Republic of Korea. This is my favorite co-worker. Hello. This is Era. We're both students at the same university as well, so slay.
So yeah, hello.
Era works on all the social media and also on the training and education programs. So our roles are a little bit different. So anything you see on social media from the WFUNA account,
Ask me.
it's all her. But yeah, as I was saying, as with the UN, lots of the funding that we get is directly from these permanent missions and countries and the governments. To explain SDG 16 plus is very, very difficult, very convoluted. No sustainable development goal can be achieved more or less without the other sustainable development goals, especially goal 16. It is seen as an enabler and an accelerator to the other goals. If these targets within SDG 16 plus are completed, then most of the other sustainable development goals should fall in through that as well. Very complicated, very convoluted, but that's what I'm working on at the moment. As a communications assistant, I am dealing with a conference at the moment. I don't think I can say any more than that at the moment. So that's quite a mouthful, but that is what I'm doing at the moment. That is my role here. I'm gonna be showing you around as much as possible. I've got the conference this afternoon and let's crack on with the day. But let me show you some of the other rooms in the villa because I don't think anyone's here. So let me do your tour. I've obviously got the Universal Declaration of Human Rights here, all the articles and everything. My office looks like this. Various old structures. And then this is the room where we hold training programs, conferences. This is the ceiling, which is kind of cool. Could do with a refurb, do you know what I mean? But budget crisis and all of that. And then outside, it's all looking very green, which is nice. Nice little conference room, but this does absolutely no justice to the ones that are in here because they are huge and incredible and I would love to show you. So I will wait until the conference. Right, emails are done. Next mission of the day is trying to eat my passion fruit with a plastic knife. It's not proving too easy. Okay, we're in. So I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering how you go about getting an internship at the UN, and it was actually a lot, I would say, easier for me already because I live in Geneva and I go to uni in Geneva, so I'm already here. That takes a big step out of the way in that sense, in that for interviews and stuff, for applications, everything like that, I was already in the right city. In terms of how I got it, my school sent round the application, although you can find them on LinkedIn, on the UN website, on the WFUNA website, and just apply directly. I did apply directly in the end, not via the school. You just need a CV, a cover letter, make sure that you put in all the relevant experience that you have, whether it be from university, whether it be from previous jobs. In my case, I had a lot of experience from working in jobs already, so that helped a lot. And I also did a training program here in October, so I knew a little bit about the establishment, a lot about the work that they were doing already, so I could use some of that in my interview, which was really, really helpful. But my advice would just be to make the strongest CV possible, a really informative cover letter with your motivations, your skills, any relevant and transferable experience you might have as well. And networking, as with everything in life, is really, really important. You can, if you're a student, go to lots of the conferences here. Lots of them are closed to the public, but lots of them are open as well. So keep having a look on the United Nations website. They use Indico for their event planning too. So everything's on there. That would be my top tips on how to get an internship here. Fairly straightforward, fairly normal, but there we go. It is lunchtime, everybody, and I'm gonna show you the cafeteria at the UN. I've actually bought my lunch today, but I'm gonna show you anyway because there is so much choice here. It's so good. I'll do you a little tour around where the gardens are and stuff because the grounds here are humongous. Let's head down, get some lunch, and then hopefully go to the conference this afternoon.
Right guys, time for another scenic walk down to the not so scenic building E. This is the villa that I was talking about that I work in. It's called Villa Bocage. And then we headed down to the cafeteria. As you can see, they had some great Indian and Sri Lankan food on at the moment. They have different themes based on the week, etc. And then this is the regular salad bar that I love. We've had our lunch and we've just come out for a little walk. We actually have never walked out here in the whole time we've been here, but this is the back of the Palais and then up there too. Lots of it is under construction, as you can see. Nice to have a little bit of a walk. And then over there you can see Lake Geneva. I honestly should do this walk more often because it's quite nice. You can see into Geneva and everything. I'm not sure what that building is. And the Palais again. And there is like a big golden ball. I mean the celestial sphere as it's written, but it's hidden. Don't really know what that is, but I think it was a gift from one of the delegations. So yeah, I mean, you get the picture. We went on a little bit of a walk. It was really nice. It was really, really sunny. Made the most of the grounds and everything. And then we actually saw one of the Palais peacocks. Honestly, I've never seen the peacock before this video, so kind of grateful he actually came out. And then we had the long walk back up to Villa Bocage to get a little bit more work done before the conference this afternoon.
I now have the conference from 1 until 3, and then I'm going to crack on with some other work before the weekend, which is super, super exciting. I actually don't know how much I'll be able to film in the Human Rights Council because it's very sensitive, but I'll try and film as much as possible. I'm going to take my big fat juicy notebook, so I'll take some notes and then I'll speak about what I can speak about. I'll show you the conference room. I think it's actually in the Human Rights Council room, would be logical, but it's incredible. It's so beautiful. So I'll show you that if I can. That's gonna be my day. I'm not gonna do the 3:30 till 6:30 because I want to start the weekend. Do you know what I mean? I am really excited. I love a little conference. It really breaks up the week. It's very interesting because obviously you get the most up-to-date scenarios for everything. But yeah, we'll head down to get that in a second.
So this is the Human Rights Council room, and as you can see, the first thing that you notice is the ceiling. It is so beautiful. This particular conference was about the ongoing humanitarian crisis that's going on in Sudan. I obviously don't want to push the boundaries of what I can and can't say given the confidentiality, but it was very eye-opening.
So guys, it is actually the next day. I didn't finish this vlog off at all. Obviously it's the weekend now. The conference was really, really interesting, and honestly I don't know how much I can talk about. For obvious reasons, the Human Rights Council is a very sensitive, confidential place. I just don't want to put things online that I can't be talking about. It was about Sudan. It was about the ongoing crisis and the ongoing humanitarian crisis. So if you want more information on that, I would urge you to do a lot of research online with reliable sources, of course. But that's what the conference was about. We heard from various speakers, very interesting people, very thought-provoking speeches and content and everything like that. So honestly, it was a really, really good conference to go to. There we have it. That is what a day in the life looks like for a United Nations intern. Every single internship will be different. Obviously, I'm not necessarily working on human rights directly. It does obviously come into the field of work that I'm in. It does come into SDG 16+2, but not directly what I'm working on. I do feel grateful to have had the opportunity to go to the Human Rights Council. It's very crazy to me that I get these opportunities now. If you are interested in a career or an internship at the United Nations, at WFUNA, any of the other related agencies, organizations, civil society organizations, I would highly, highly urge you to go for it. Because I, for one, am having an amazing time, and I would recommend this to everybody that's interested in international relations, to be honest. But there we go. That is what my day looks like. I've really enjoyed spending the day with you guys, and I really hope you've enjoyed it too. But for the time being, thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.